Hey, also thank you William Reed for the 23-month resub. And thank you Dragoon30 for the 26-month resub. Probably missed those, but thank you. Okay, other thing we learned from that last run is that house income is 100% worth it, even if you only live to wave 40. I just spent, what? Shy of 500 gold? No, it's probably a little bit more than 500. I don't remember how much I start with. But it's a pretty small investment with a pretty damn big payoff over the course of a run. Let's see. Can I afford another one here? Yeah. What do we grab? Broadhead bolts 2. Now that we know that the good Ballista upgrades are there. Let's see. Okay, so broadhead bolts gets us the frost bolts. Heavy shafts gets us longbow. Well, let's grab frost bolts to begin with. Okay. Nope, that ain't it. Well, I guess it is, unless we want to grab the bleed. Let's go banditry first, we need the money. Let's see. Have each of these guys go for near death. There we go, banditry level 2. Yes. Grab that. So this upgrade tree does make it easier to focus on an upgrade branch early, right? Kind of? Kind of. Because I've limited down the number of towers that show up, specifically removed 4 different towers from the pool, it does mean that I get access to a couple of, or I don't have to sift through them as much. I really wish I could have gotten rid of the Tesla coil as well, but alas, no dice. So if we go enchanted bolts, we could head for the mana bank. I might as well. Okay. Yeah, that's a lot of enemies. Okay, no. It's fine. There's a concern for a moment, but we want heavy shafts. Because I gotta get longbow. Okay, most armor, near death. There we go. Let's see if I can... No, don't turn that way. That's not great. It's fine. It's a good long run up. But you always want to be able to loop around your pre-existing defenses. If you can't do that, you're in trouble. Okay, what do we do next? Mana bank, fortification mines. Yeah, let's grab university. Start trying to get the related perks. Yeah, this is where it becomes a little dicier on whether or not it's it's worth getting the towers down. That's the wrong one. There we go. On the plus side, it's a very, very long run. There we go. Frostbolts level 2. Yeah. I like to get other things, but Frostbolts is just big good. You heard me. I will admit, the one downside to me turning off radar and particle cannons is this really does seem like it would be a good map for either of those. I'm just not really trying to focus on them. Okay, heavy shaft level 2? Yeah. Because if we can get longbow, that opens some doors. Let's see if I can get this to come back. Or it just never does, and then this just becomes the question mark run. Okay. There we go. You know what would actually be a really neat way of handling prioritization? Is for the Matryoshka enemies, like these guys, if the enemies inside, if their health bar counted. think that would actually be, that would be an incredible way of doing it. Also, how's my range looking? Much better. Please turn at some point. I would be very appreciative. There we go. I mean, on the plus side, ballistas really do shred on their own. I do want to get them the status effects, but this should enable that pretty quickly. Let's see. Even more range? Yup. Look at that range. Look at these things. Okay, let's start trying to go with that. This is such a scuffed setup. I hate it. And it's fine. I'll make it work. I just have no idea where I'm going with it. Okay, ballistas do poison damage, burn damage, freeze, or bleed. Wow, we just have all of them already. Let's go for the poison damage, I think. Or no, let's go for the bleed damage. Bleed damage is universally useful. Okay. Then I'll kind of have a couple of these aiming in various directions. Near death. There we go. Perfect. Hey, and thank you, Destructo Man. 98 for the Prime sub, and welcome on in. I'm trying very hard to maybe win. The game says no. Let's see. Let's get Broadhead Bolts level 3. The chance to freeze enemies is okay. I almost wonder if the strategy is to just, like, truly just ignore other towers. It can't be. I should probably have a couple of these that are focused on near-death enemies, just to kind of take them out of the running. Okay, towers gain crit chance. Sure. I'm just gonna slap these dudes all over the place. Most health. Let's do most health with both least shield and least armor. Okay. I guess for most shield it doesn't really matter. Because when it boils down to it, anything with a ton of shields... Ooh, there... Yeah, that's the stuff. Have that there? Yeah, that's the good stuff. Our shield again. Get it back up to level 10. We've got tons of money, so I can just kind of do whatever. There we go. I was getting 1 upgrade per round. I got like 1 per 5 rounds. Oh, that's a meta progression upgrade. You get it as you play further. Let's see. Probably just gonna have a number of these focused on most shield. Let's see. Poison damage, crit chance. Well, we already have decent crit chance. Let's go for the status effect. Because that's kind of my thing. The status effects seem to be the secret kings of this game. Also, getting one of these towers at level 10 is like cheap as dirt. Okay, most shield again. You go up to level 10. And you're going to be most armor with least shield. There we go. Let's just kind of chip them down. Let's see, is this a beta version? It is not. This is, so this is modded. We do the extra poison damage. Not yet. The extra poison damage is worth it, but not overwhelmingly. Most health. Least shield, least armor. Probably don't want too many of those because they're not actually that helpful. Okay, and there's flaming bolts. Alright. Could have gone for quality over quantity, but this is fine. So I modded the game, if you're wondering specifically how I have the speed controls, which, speaking of... Wait, was I just on, like, maximum speed this entire time? I think I was. Probably have just a couple on fastest. I'm not quite sure. Well, I'd want monster studies. Oh, no, we want slow but sure. We gotta unlock exsanguinate and some other things. The problem is there's too many dang cards that are actually, like, kind of necessary. So, like, extra range is real good, and like, I want that on pretty much every run for these things, because ballistas are champions. Creeping cough, thank you. Bam. Let's keep getting these around. I just, honestly, just probably point these in a lot of different directions. Let's see, most armor, least shield. Just keep punching. Okay, slow but sure, burning enemies, slow cooker. Could go for monster studies, but considering I only have one type of tower, it doesn't really matter too much. Boop. Okay. Are there any good high points here? There. Most shield. I guess it doesn't really matter on this one. And we want to just set these up so we can set some status effects on the enemies that we're aiming for. Let's see. File consumption. There we go. Because we want them to effectively reach the meat of my defenses with minimal HP. Most armor. Shield. There we go. Because I think one of my biggest problems is that I let my enemies come at me unopposed for far too long. And that I really should be spreading this out. The only immediate problem is these towers have kind of a limited shelf life on when they're useful. However, ballistas are so damn cheap, I don't think it matters. Kill with fire. You know, I'm gonna grab monster studies just to get out of here. Because it's in my pool too much. Well, I guess we're grabbing jagged heads. And heavy shafts level 3. Sure. It's a thing. And then I also have just gobs of money that I should just spend on whatever. I guess we can just get a bunch of smaller, maybe unupgraded ballistas just around here. Let's see, poison bolts, quality over quantity. Yeah, let's get the crit. Okay. I guess it's actually just going to be most shield. There we go. Okay, so let's take a look at this. I've definitely invested maybe a bit too much into those guys, but it'll be fine. Let's grab fire and flames, because we want to start getting stuff like a sanguinate. Please. Okay. If this comes back, I'm going to be a happy camper. Damn, that's a lot of dudes. Damn, that's actually just a lot of dudes. Okay. I have a really silly and kind of pathetic idea here. I've been doing these runs for the longest time. More or less trying to get all of the achievements for, hey, you know, you did a run with, let's see. You did a run with with only ballistas and landmines. Make him suffer more crit chance. Honestly, the crit chance is nice, but let's actually go for the status effects. Oh, hide UI. How do I see... Oh, damage and tower stats. Oh, that's what it was. I like that. Much cleaner now. Still kind of messy, and I really wish the UI was side-aligned as opposed to bottom-aligned, but whatever. Was I done with you? No. What am I going to do with this one? Probably just shields. Yeah, we should just probably have a number of these guys pointed purely at health damage once you get to this point. You're on armor. Because even if these things don't do that much damage, we're just having tons of near-death enemies rolling in. Do a little bit more. Okay, there we go. Anything else? Right, universities. Have we seen any of those pop up? Nope. Okay. Let's have you be most health, least shield, and least armor. I actually think there's a whole lot of dudes that do that, unfortunately. Okay, there's Ignite. Waiting for that to show up. Okay. And then you're going to be most shield. You're going to be most shield and most health. There we go. And keep this going. In retrospect, building around here is maybe not the most practical, but I'm going to keep doing it anyway. Let's see. Honestly, keep pushing most shield. Ooh. Okay, this is a bit dicier than I want it to be. Let's have a secondary most armor. Least shields. Bonus damage to shields. Bonus research. I mean, I should probably pick it up anyway, just in case, but we're reaching the point where universities just aren't going to be worth it anyway. I'm going to grab it anyway, because I have nothing else. Armor. There we go. Let's just make this one kind of goofy. Because, God, I mean, do you see how much money I'm just sitting on? What are you? Most armor, near death. Put that there. Yeah, that's the stuff. Perfect. Alright. What? Raid. Hey, thank you, Time to Grind, for the raid, and welcome on in. How you doing today? Let's see. Okay. Perfect. Look at this! It took so long to get a nice loop around, but I'm actually able to bring these suckers to bear. I'm just gonna make this my Yeetus Deletus. Anything that is near death gets bipped. In retrospect, putting that much money into one tower there, maybe not the most useful, but whatever. Expunge! Well, there's the university upgrades. I mean, it took it long enough. There we go. What are your thoughts on the mana bank nerf? Who uses mana banks? I used to. Frankly, I've found a lot of the nerfs in this game are not actually that good. Because almost all of them are, Oh, we see players aren't using mana siphons. Well, what do? Let's just break mana banks instead. I think it's a more interesting system, and I like it, but I wish, I think the easiest trick to make it better would have actually just make it so that it also recovers a very small percentage of your maximum, mana. Say if each one of them was like a 0.1% or something like that. Build 10 and it's a 1.1%, but also increases your maximum amounts. That was one hell of a stutter. I don't do that often, but whatever. It's fine. I'd have to look into the full math behind it, but it's kind of like the nerf to the Tesla towers and a couple other things where it's just like, I mean, I guess it's there. It exists. I'm not going to complain too much, but I'm definitely not as excited about it. Yeah, power creep versus power nerf. I think part of it is I have so much trouble clearing wave 40 that almost always is just like singularly the end of every single one of my runs, that it feels kind of frustrating. I can't... Okay, it's got to get up to 160. There we go. And I know there are ways to clear wave 40 easier, but I mean, you're looking at one right now. Go for the 5% crit chance, lock that off. Get another good university spot. And despite the money that I put into shield damage, it ain't giving me shield damage. It's fine. Okay. I'm gonna just keep pointing these at shields. Okay, you're still shield damage. Okay, what else do we do here? Freezing bolts? Maybe, but I think I want to go for research breakthrough. We might want to grab vial consumption, but let's go for research breakthrough. Any tips for wave 30? Can't seem to get through all the robots with the missiles. Spread out your defenses a little bit. Set them on fire, potentially. I'm trying to think of better tips. Honestly, the missiles are an inconvenience, but if you're having trouble with them, wave 40, which is like my white whale, just is so much harder to deal with. And so it seems like the robots with the missiles aren't much of a problem. I think if you're doing solo lane stuff, truly, the easiest easiest advice I could give for this game is don't use other towers, just use ballistas, learn how ballistas work, and then just give up on any of the other ones. I think that's actually bad advice, but that's what I'm holding myself to at the moment. Oh, right, we had a boss die. All ballistas get an additional 15% crit chance. Well, that's actually really good. Just very expensive. What's an easy way to deal with it? I think the easiest way to deal with the robots, actually more than anything else, is priorities. That you need to make sure that your towers are shooting at the right thing. And oftentimes if you're having trouble with the robots, it's because you weren't shipping them down soon enough. Oh my god. They're still getting through. But not nearly as effectively. Bonus poison damage. Do I have... Because do we want to go for poison bolts? Oh, we don't have creeping cough. Let's grab freezing bolts for the time being. Because that's locked off. Guess I'll do that to see if it turns in an interesting fashion. It kind of does, kind of doesn't. But a lot of the reason why I get screwed up with the robots is because I wasn't chipping them down early. And I let them get too close to my main base. Because once they're close to the main base, there's almost nothing you can do. And so you really want to make sure that you've taken them out before then. It's the same thing with these dudes. Okay, oh, God. I think I'm gonna get killed by wave 40 again. How do I want to do this one? Grab monster studies? This one. No, we gotta just keep punching at shields. Because almost everything I'm dealing with is just shielded as heck, and it's a problem. There we go. Let's see, Wander, I'm usually a YouTube guy, but I really love your wholesome verse stuff. So you know how many days I can still watch you guys in Zomboid? Oh, like how long we've lived for? Spoilers? I'll tell you, I haven't died yet. That it is still actively being recorded, and I haven't died yet. But apart from that, I don't know. I don't want to give away too much, because, you know, there's some drama, there's some tension, or at least there should be. Good lord. I don't know if we're gonna make this one, frankly. Like, we're wrecking them, but the beholders are going to do just terrifying things to me. I think I'm gonna grab Expunge, though. It does bug me a little bit that I can go an entire run focused only on ballistas. Let's see, which of these is the shortest route? Because I might want to extend this one a little bit. Okay, no shield. No shield. Well, at least it's cheap as dirt. Okay. Probably have a couple of these guys focus on fastest. Holy moly! And I'm dead. God damn! How? The ever-living shit. Like, I'm absolutely getting bodied here, regardless. And yes, I know I had 13,000 gold. I probably could have spent more of it. But it's one of those that it's like, up to wave 38, there wasn't a whole lot of challenge. Then you get up to wave 39 and 40 and the game is just dumps on you. I don't know, man. I don't know.